Hello, I am Miss Ann, and welcome back to Speedy Science. Each week in this program, we do a fast and fun science activity that you can fit into your busy schedule. This is our last week of the programming session, so I want to thank you so much for joining us for this entire session. If you like the program, we will be having a new session start soon, so make sure to check the library's website to see when you can begin registering for the next programming session. You can register by calling the Youth Services Department. This week, we are going to be making DIY optical illusion toys. For this activity, you will need sticks, patterns, coloring supplies. I'm using crayons, but you can use any kind you like, and tape. First, take one of your patterns and turn it face up. What you want to do is make sure that you color both sides of the pattern. Just make sure that each circle looks different. You do not want them to look the same. You can make these patterns to look however you want. There. Do you see how the two circles look different? That's just what we're looking for. Then go ahead and lay your pattern down, face down on the counter or table so that the side you see is the plain white side. Then take your stick and lay it in the middle of the circle. You want to make sure that you tape the circle in the middle so you can fold the top part down. This is how you want it to look when you go to tape it down. Make sure you tape it down nice and securely so that it stays in one place. You can also use glue if you prefer. Then, once you have that taped securely on, go ahead and tape or glue the two circles connected so your stick is inside the two. Try to have the two circles line up as neatly as you can. And there you have it. Now you have your toy. Once it's ready, take it in your hand and spin it as fast as you can. You'll see the two sides of the images blur together into one complete image. Go so fast, and you'll be able to see both images at the same time, and it'll look like one image. Isn't that cool? Now that we saw what happened, let's talk about why. This toy shows something called persistence of vision, which is when items move above a certain speed, your brain perceives still pictures as motion. This is how movies work. A movie is really just a group of still images displayed really quickly. Anything that goes above 10 frames per second, your brain perceives as motion, even though it's just still images. How did your toy come out? Be sure to take a picture and email it to us at the Alsop Library's Youth Services email address. I can't wait to hear from you. Bye! My name is Miss Ann, and welcome to this week's bonus activity. In today's video, we made DIY optical illusion toys where we use persistence of vision to make two different images appear to be the same. Another activity you can do that involves persistence of vision is to make a flipbook. First, take a sheet of paper and cut it up into tiny squares. Then, staple all the squares together at one end. On each square, draw a different image and have them all be in sequential order or take place one right after each other with tiny differences between each one. Then, when you flip through the flipbook quickly, it'll look as though all the pictures are one moving image. A great one to start to practice with is to have a stick figure throw a ball. And make sure the ball only moves a little bit each time. And then, through persistence of vision, it'll look like the ball is flying. In the movie business, they call this animation. Be sure to send us pictures of your flipbook to the Youth Services email address and let us know how they came out. I can't wait to hear from you. Bye!